Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm trying to see if my camera is straight here. I think it might not be. I was going to say might be. Now I'm saying it might not be. There we go. Is that better? I hope so. Oh boy. Okay, so I hope you're doing well. I'm kind of really excited about doing this Edith Holden journal. I did the travel journal with these little envelopes, and now I'm doing Edith Holden. And yesterday we did the cover. So the front cover, and this is the back outside cover. That's how it looks. In case you didn't see yesterday's video, look back on that to see what I'm doing here with this envelope, since it's two pieces now. And so today we're going to cover the flap here, inside and out. So let's see. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with piecing this together. So I think I'm going to put this here, this piece here, or do I want this piece here? This is how I did the other one with the flap too. I needed to leave a space here so this can fold nicely, so I don't like block the fold and make it difficult to fold it or anything. But not like anything you would notice, so something like that, if you can see that little tiny space there. Okay, and we'll ink that. We'll be doing some inking on this journal because it's Edith Holden, and she already has her pages kind of naturally like distressed with how she makes them, you know. I didn't put any ink on these pages. It's what she does in her books, or what she did in her book, or what they did when they made this book. So anyway, like that, or like this. It's going to be turned over like this anyway, so it doesn't matter if it matches this. So I think I'm going to just go with it like this. Use this page up. I like the words here. I like her font that she uses for her little names of the flowers and the butterflies and things. So yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so just what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some glue here. I've been using art glitter glue for these pages. I was comparing glue. I was picking up at Walmart while I was uploading a video yesterday. I explained that in my video yesterday. I'm not going to explain it again, but if you want to know what was going on while I was uploading a video at Walmart, watch my video from yesterday. But yes, I was getting some glue because I kept forgetting to get, I could order it online, but it's at Walmart and it's about the same price, or I think it's pretty much the same price at Walmart or online, the Craft Bond glue sticks. So I kept forgetting to get some every time I went to Walmart. So finally yesterday, when I had some time, as I was wandering around, waiting for my video to upload, I finally remembered, oh, let's go get some glue. So I did, and while I was there looking at all the glues, I had to go to the craft aisle where the scrapbook paper is to get the Craft Bond. They used to have it with on the Crayola aisle with the other like washable glues, but now they have moved it, in case you're looking for it and you can't find it at Walmart. It's over on the craft aisle with the glues over there. So yeah, I went over to the craft aisle and I was comparing. They had a glue there that was like a liquid Craft Bond. Looked really interesting, but then I thought about it because I was like, oh, only $3.17. But then I looked at the ounces, and it's 1 ounce for $3.17. And you get, people, we talk about how expensive art glitter glue is, but if you compare what you paid for art glitter glue, which like this bottle is 8 ounces, and the best price is, that I've found anyway, is the 16-ounce bottle. It's, yeah, it costs more, but it lasts me forever. Like, it probably lasts me a year, and it's the best price per ounce because it's bigger and they charge you less per ounce. So anyway, I compared that price, which I tried to remember what I paid, but I kind of remembered what I paid, and compared that to the 1 ounce of the Craft Bond for $3.17. So if you multiply $3.17 times 16, that is a lot more than I paid for my art glitter glue. So I was like, oh, well, that is no bargain. You know, $3.17. Yeah, that's not a lot. But by the time you add up the whole, you saw what I did there, right? I glued that down, and then I cut my angles where my envelope, I could see it on this side and cut it. So that's how I got I did the same thing with the travel journal to cover my flap. Okay, now I'm going to cover this side of the flap because this is going to show too. Okay, this is not going to show here. We're not going to cover this. And I'll show you what else we're going to do today in a second. So let's cover this real quick. Yeah, so that's what I was doing yesterday on Sunday, finally getting me some. I did get the Craft Bond glue sticks. Thank goodness, finally. So I can use those for the 4-pack. That was only $3.17 too. It's like all the glues were $3.17. They're just stuck on that price for all the Craft Bond little products there. That's Elmer's Craft Bond, by the way. It's permanent glue, so it's supposed to stick better than the washable glue sticks. And it does, so I've been using that for, if I use a glue stick, I usually try to use that unless I'm out of it, which I was, because I kept forgetting to buy it. So, what else am I doing this week? What else did I do this weekend? We went to, my son has been doing fireworks at his house for quite a few years now. And before that, you know, when growing up, he did we didn't do illegal fireworks. In North Carolina, it's illegal to do the ones that shoot up in the air. So we did not, as the boys were growing up, did not do the illegal fireworks. You know, I'm a mom, and I don't want anybody to get hurt, and I don't want anybody to get in trouble. So I was like, no, we're not doing illegal fireworks. So we never did when the boys were growing up. But when they grow up, of course, they can do whatever they want, right? So when my son has his own house at the moment, so he might be moving. That's what I'm saying it. But anyway, so he's been in his house for a few years, and so he, you know, of course, my boys love fireworks and bonfires, and they're real, like, you know, I think most boys just love fire or something. I don't know what it is. As a mom, I don't really care for it, but I'm going to save this scrap here. And, oh, this one has a little number on it, so I'm going to save that. This I'm not going to save, and this I'm not going to save, but this I'm going to save. Just so I can show you what I said was true. I saved every little teeny piece pretty much. Okay, so this is what the flap looks like. That is cute, right? So let's do this. So this one goes like this. It was here. If you didn't see the video yesterday, watch that so you can see why I cut this. Well, maybe you don't know why yet, but you will see eventually as I show you how I'm doing this. So I'm doing it different than I did the travel journal. I wanted to try something different that I never have done before. So, okay, we're going to cover this now with some more Edith Holden pages. And so, so he did he's gotten really like an expert fireworks person. He's gotten to be just, I mean, they go to South Carolina. It's not illegal in South Carolina. And there's a place called South of the Border where you can get the fireworks, you know, any fireworks you want. Pretty much, I guess I've been there a couple times myself, and I don't go, you know, now, but as we've taken trips to Florida or whatever, we would stop there if it was on our way. At times when the boys were younger, when the boys lived at home, and they always wanted to stop there, of course. So, anyway, so he's gotten to where he's like a professional fireworks. I don't know what you call that, professional fireworks person. And he has it all coordinated. I mean, he gets beautiful fireworks. Him and his friends actually all go in together to pay for it. So they get the fireworks. My son gets some fireworks. He knows what to get. And then he writes it all out. He has a chart. It was like at least a 2-page chart where he writes it all out, what he has and what he's going to do, how it's going to coordinate and all that. And then he sets it up in his yard. And then he can go around. You know, by the time it's set up in his yard, he knows he doesn't need the chart anymore. It's all in his head. And he goes around, lights them, lights them, lights them, lights them, lights them, lights them, you know what I mean? So they're shooting off, all coordinated. He has a grand opening or whatever, what do you call it when you start? The grand opening, whatever it is, and then the coordinated one right after the other. There's never a gap. and then the grand finale. So, and it was beautiful last night. It was beautiful. I mean, if after you saw his fireworks, you would be like, okay, I don't need to see any more fireworks. I have seen great fireworks this year. And that's what we were like after last night. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, I think, but I need another piece here. Let me see. I don't think I have another little piece. This is not big enough, this little scrap here, so let me see real quick. I wonder how this would be. Just some writing there. Or maybe I should do this. No, that doesn't. I think maybe a little bit of this text here. Oh no, I like, this is too pretty just to use the text. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, it's so hard to cut the pages up into little pieces like this, but it must be done. I'm just looking for a piece with, I wish this piece was over here, but I can cut that, the yellow, but it doesn't really matter. Let me see what that looks like. If I continue with the yellow, or does it really matter? No, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm just going to go with this, like this. Okay, let's glue this piece down first. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So yeah, we saw his coordinated beautiful fireworks last night. And then that was Saturday night. And then on Tuesday we're going over to my other son, my older son's house. And he's having July 4th at his house. So that will be fun. Having some cookout, doing a cookout and whatever we're going to do over there. Play some games and whatever. We've seen our fireworks, so we don't need to see any more fireworks. And, but we might see some from around there. I don't know. This is his first year living there, so, you know, we'll see what people do around there, or what you can see around there. He has a drone. He might go up and see. He might take that up and see. He did record a video. He'll have a video probably on, I'm going to see if he has a YouTube channel, but he doesn't have like a lot of subscribers or views. But if he does a drone view of the fireworks on his channel, I will let you know and link it under one of my videos, and you know, when he gets it done. Because he's very good at videoing and technology, and I'm sure it'll be, he might even put it to music or something. It's just the type of thing he does. He'll edit it and make it like an awesome video from the drone view of fireworks. So if he does that, I will let you know so he can get some views on his channel and maybe some new subscribers and things. I know he does 3D printing, and he has some videos, I believe, of his 3D printing over on his channel. So it's a different niche, of course, than mine as far as paper crafting and things. But okay, so I was going to do this over here. So yeah, fireworks, the drone video of the fireworks. And then Sunday, I've been having fun. Yesterday, I worked outside, got everything done outside that I wanted to do, except for clean off the front porch. Let me go ahead and do this little piece here since I have glue there, and I'll cut it all at once. But yeah, my husband pressure cleaned our front and back porch finally. He just did it this past week, and I've been asking him since the pollen ended to do it. You know what I mean? You have to get that pollen off the porch. And I usually end up doing it, and I was like, finally last weekend I was like, okay, I guess you're not going to do it. You know, I wanted him to do it. It's an outside thing. I do garden and stuff, but I kind of would like him to do the pressure cleaning. But he didn't do it, didn't have time. It's not like he didn't want to do it. He didn't have time. So I'm like, okay, this is it. I can't stand it anymore. Just go and hook up the pressure cleaner for me at least. Get the hose all hooked up, the pressure cleaner, and I'll do it next weekend. Next weekend, I'm going to do it. Or on July 4th, when I have a day off. Just get it hooked up for me, and I'll do it. So anyway, he did it. Thank goodness. He did it. And so we have a clean front porch now. No more pollen. So I got to throw, I have a pillow out there. I need to throw that in the washer and get that clean. And Okay, so you see what I did? I glued those both down and then cut out the little flaps. And I didn't do that on the travel journal because I didn't cut it apart. I just put the paper straight here, straight across. So this is kind of why I wanted to try this. One reason. So that's one reason behind my madness here. So now, let me see. Let me do a little inking here and see if I need to cut off. Let me grab my, sorry, I gotta reach over to the other side of my table and I'll get my distress ink photo, vintage photo. And I just want to see, do I need to cut off this white or can I just ink it and make it disappear here? So we're going to do a little inking here real quick. I have my clock set today. After the video yesterday, I was like, I usually have my timer on my TV, which is on YouTube. I have a YouTube timer that I use to time my videos so I know when to stop. But as I explained yesterday, my internet is out, so I didn't have my clock set from the last little blink of electricity, and I didn't reset my clock, so it was still blinking, so I didn't know what time it was. So after that video, I was like, okay, I guess it's time to set my clock. So I did, so I could see where I'm at now. Last time it blinked, my husband came in here and he was like, I can't stand blinking clocks, and whenever the electricity blinks, he goes around and sets all the clocks, but he didn't come in my craft room this time and see my blinking clock, so he didn't reset it for me. So I had to do it myself. I'm not lazy, I don't know. I don't care about that clock really, except for now when my TV is not my TV timer is not working. So anyway, I reset it so I know what time it is now. Okay, this looks pretty good, don't you think? I don't know if you can see it. I know sometimes distressing is hard to see, but it is covering up all the white there around, and so I don't think I'm going to need to cut off any of that. Let's do this too while we have it off the other side. It'll be easier to ink, instead of trying to do it when I have it glued back together. This is kind of the point of cutting the envelope apart. So it's easier to do these kind of things, get around these little curves and things. So there we go. So that piece is done. Now, of course, since we inked that, we've got to ink this a little bit. It's not even going to look right now. That looks so much better. I just like before you ink, you think, like on something like this that really calls for it. Before you ink, you think, does it really need it? And then after you ink, you're like, oh my goodness. If you've never used this ink. Sometimes, I don't use ink a lot, but on some things that call for it like this, it's just night and day. Before and after you ink, it just looks so much better. Because it's like vintage pages anyway, so then you add your ink and it's just like the cherry on top of your little ice cream sundae paper here. No, that did not make sense, I know. Okay, so we did that inside flap. Now we need to, this is one place I really wanted to do here, this fold. So let's see how that looks. I am using, I know a lot of times I forget to say it, but if I forget to say it, then someone usually asks me, what am I using here to, what is this little brush I'm using to distress with? And this is an eyeshadow brush. This is what I've not always used, but once I discovered it, I've been using it ever since because it's just a perfect little brush, to get a little bit of ink on and not go all over the place. And I don't know, I just really like it. And they don't wear out. Actually, they last for months. Well, I don't do that much inking, but they do last a long time. And you can get a little pack of 25 or whatever it is, 24 or 20, something like that, 18, whatever it is, at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And that is pretty darn cheap, so why not? If you like it, if you like something like this, just a little brush like this. Okay, so that flap, there's the little fold. That looks a lot better, I would say. I'm going to get right here a little bit. I don't want too much. I just want the right little, right little bit. Just a little bit on the edges. So, and so let me know what you're working on during this video. Have you seen Edith Holden before? Probably most people have, I know, but once in a while there's somebody new and they're wondering like, oh, I never heard of that before, type of thing. So yeah, look for my flip through. Okay, so I was going to tell you what else I've been doing. After heat pressure cleaned, I went out and swept the porch a little bit just to make sure all the little bits are gone. There are a couple little, there we have these little seeds that fly around from, I don't know, trees around here. So I made sure those were all, they're little tiny little feathery seeds. So I got those, there's a couple of those, and so I just swept everything off. The back door was kind of like, had some specks on it from the pressure cleaning, so I cleaned the back. It's a glass door, a storm door. And then, okay, so we're going to do this now, and I'll talk more about what I was doing. Okay, so this is going to go like this. And my fold for this paper, this back part of the envelope is right here. So let's see, that's going to fold like this. It's going to fold back like this. This is how it was, and this is how it's going to be again. Right where this fold is. So let's fold that. You can score this if you want. I don't think I really need to score it. I just need to fold it carefully here. So I'm just going to go like this, where the fold was, and fold it again. I want to see how this comes out. This, I will say that this old Edith Holden, these Edith Holden pages are thicker than the matte paper. I can feel it, that it feels very thick here. I don't know, I think it's thicker. These pages are thicker, probably like, I don't know how much thicker, but they're thicker. There we go, that looks fine. So it'd be like this. I'm just wondering about this right here. I think I should put a piece here. Now, see, I hadn't done this before, so I didn't realize I was going to need a piece there, but I think I do. I think that would be prettier with something there, don't you? I think so. Because in the other one, in the travel journal, like I said, I had it like this. I didn't cut the envelope apart, and I just put a piece of paper. When I put my paper on here, I put it straight across. So this was covered up with this straight across. I didn't cut out the little cutout here. So if I put some paper under here, that'll be pretty too. Okay, now we need to do that. Just things, playing it by ear and seeing what we need, right? Okay, so let's see how big of a piece we need. This is how it is. We just have to figure things out as we go when you do something new, right? So let me see what is showing here. Not a lot is showing. Let me see. So I cut, this was my little pieces here. So I can't use that exactly. Unless let me see how that would look. Well, I kind of want to cut this even here. I just want to try that real quick. Cut that even. It'll be more usable if I cut that off, that piece off that has the two little cutouts there. I can use that somewhere else. I just want, this is upside down for a minute, but I just want to see what those colors look like beside that. Or do I want the other side? Okay, that's what that looks like. And now the yellow flowers are over here. So, okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do this side. But there's a little bit of, I'm going to cut off this blank part here, because I'd rather have more flowers. There's a little blank piece here on the edge of this. I think I'm going to cut up right up to the first little floral piece there, which is a little green leaf. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure how far do we want it down into the envelope. So something like this. Like this. Okay, so again, I need my little, this to be able to bend, so I don't want to go over that fold or anything. So it'll be like this. Oh, that looks really pretty. That's going to look so much prettier with paper there. Okay, so I need about an inch or so. So about right there and a little bit more. So right there and a little bit more. I got a little fold there, but I'm just going to go a little bit more down in there. Maybe I'll go about 1.5 or 2 inches and 3/4, something like that, just to make sure I have enough. So let's do that. And then some glue. So glue about right here. Let me get this starting to dry on the end there. Yeah, so yeah, I did my outside work. Mostly, I still need to go sweep off the front porch and wipe off. There's a glass table on the front porch. I need to wipe that off. I need to check out my chairs out there. Just some little folding chairs with cushions on them, but no, they look kind of. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna make it through this summer. So I gotta see if those need to go. But anyway, I'll check those out. Maybe I don't know. Wash the pillow that I have out there. Sweep a little bit, make sure there's no little specks left. Clean the front door. So I'll do that today. This is Sunday. And then I already killed some weeds and planted some flowers. I planted some seeds out by my she shed, which one day I'll have to take a video. It's not done yet though, so but I left a good sized gap there, but we're going to fill that in with some ink. So yeah, I planted some seeds, which were sunflower seeds. It's a little late, but there's still plenty of warm sunshine, and I planted them in the sun where they can get water and sun out by my she shed. Sunflower seeds and black-eyed Susans, so we'll see if they sprout and grow. I don't have a lot of luck with seeds anyway, so we'll see if they do anything. If they don't, it's okay. I'll just have to look for the flowers next time or something more growable. Okay. Okay, we got that piece down. We are making progress. So yeah, I have a little bit. I did that work this morning. Then I said, okay, it's time for some crafting. I'm going to fill that in with some nice distressing there with my little brush. We already did the outside of this flap. So we're doing this little groove here. That's going to look nice. And that doesn't need it. Oh, let's do right here though. That doesn't need it down here. That's going to be down inside the envelope. So, wow, we are making progress. I can't believe this took 2 videos, but it did. Okay, so then we'll work on the pages next, but there we go. Let me see what time it is. I think I have time to go and sew this. So this is my plan, to go and sew this together. Yeah, so I'll show you my sewing when I get back. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go, guys. It's all sewn. And yeah, this was my plan, to sew around it. When I took it apart, I was going to sew it back together, so it's back into its original state, pretty much, except for the coverings. But here's the front. I think that's a really pretty front. I love it just the way it is. I think I'm going to put some fabric or lace on the spine. I just don't want to cover up any, too much of this gorgeousness here. And then here's the back. We piece this together, but I think it's still beautiful the way it is. I love it. Here is the inside, the flap. Here's, we pieced this together here, but isn't it gorgeous? We added this piece under here to line this inside so that you don't see white there, the white envelope. And then here's the flap. So I sewed all the way around. I decided not to leave this open here. I wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted the stitching to be continuous. It just kind of told me that's what it wanted. This journal wanted to be stitched all the way around. I mean, it just looks really beautiful right here. It's brown thread, so it looks good, great with the colors, and it just looks really good with that stitching there. I think it looks really beautiful, so I just decided I wanted stitching there, and I went ahead and stitched it together. Here's the inside, beautiful, so you see the stitching all around. And then I also stitched all the way around, even though I didn't have to. I stitched all the way around the flap, so you see it there. And then as you close it, you can see it here. So Really nice, sturdy cover. You know, it has the 2 layers of Edith Holden paper, 2 layers of envelope. So, nice sturdy cover. Stay tuned for the next video to see what if anything, I put on the spine, and then we'll start working on the pages. So, really, really nice. I'm liking how this is turning out. So, and I like that it's something different that I haven't done before. So, very cool. So, I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and anything else? I think that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.